Well, roll my window up here. Good morning, everybody. As you can tell, it's kind of early. I gotta, let's see, it's 6:30 in the morning here in Middle Tennessee. So left the shop last night and drove quite a number of hours, and got here roughly, I don't know, I guess it was about 11:30. And then got up this morning, dropped the trailer, and now I'm headed somewhere to pick up another trailer. And then we're going to make a trip to the little home supply store, and we're going to buy a whole bunch of lumber, and we're going to build some wooden stuff. I'm going to run a video of what a couple of videos that I took last weekend, and then some pictures of what's been going on over the past, actually for quite a while. I made the announcement on the community tab and a couple of social media sites, and then of course our channel members got to hear the news first about, I think it was about a month or so ago. And so I guess it's time to make the announcement formal now. I didn't want to say anything about it earlier because it was real, but I didn't really have anything to show you guys. So I'm going to show you what I've been working on, and here's the announcement. Later on this summer, the world headquarters of Baxter's Garage and Pro Twin Performance is relocating to Middle Tennessee. And this has been when I was a young guy, about 16 years old, you know, I'd been working on cars and motorcycles my whole life. I had a dream, and that dream was to one day have a facility where I could do everything that it would take to build a car or motorcycle and do it all in-house. Control the quality of it 100%, and just be able to do everything. With the exception of powder coating and chrome plating. No interest in doing that. But everything else, and of course you guys have seen the painting videos and things like that. So that was the other part of it. So, what I've done is, 30 years of 30 years of sacrifice and saving and just working to finally make this a reality. So, middle of the summer, we are relocating to Middle Tennessee, and we're pulling in now to a brand new state-of-the-art facility. Built exactly the way that I want it built. Plenty of room for storage, plenty of room to move around, and there are a lot of other reasons that I'm doing this. Some of the questions, why'd I choose Tennessee? Cost of living's considerably less up here. It was much more affordable to build up here, and I've got family in the area, so a lot of reasons. But some of the other reasons was having the opportunity to give back more, right? Time to produce more YouTube videos, an opportunity to develop stronger relationships with customers. Many of you that have done business with us over the past 2 or 3 years, I've told you all that I wish I had more time for the relationship side of things. And that's one of the biggest aspects of this industry that I love, is building relationships with people, especially customers, because you guys, let's face it, you guys help me and my crew feed our families. So that's very important. Those relationships are important, and this affords me the opportunity to have more time to do that as well. So I'm very excited about this new facility. So I'm going to give you guys a quick tour right now of what I worked on, what I've been working on the past 4 weekends to try to get the interior of the building ready. And then I'm going to show you the outside of the building. And then I would love to hear your comments below, if you don't mind, because I want you guys to, I don't know, I like to build things, right? And even if it's out of wood. And so if you guys are interested, I will continue to do videos of me finishing up the build out on the inside of the building, and then the move and how I'm setting the shop up, why I'm setting it up the way that I am. Things like how to build stairs, You know, just things like that. I mean, there's anyway. So if you guys are interested in that sort of thing, yeah, it's not motorcycles, but at least you get to come along with me on the journey. And for those of you customers that, you know, we've ordered parts for and everything else, we have builds scheduled out, you know, for the next year and a half. Those guys know about the move. They already know. A respect thing, you know, wasn't hiding anything from anybody per se. It was important for them to know. And so they already know about the move. And so if you guys want to come along with that part of the journey on the weekends while I'm up here trying to get this together, please leave it in the comments and let me know. I'd be happy to share it with you, let you see the journey there. So it has been, I gotta admit, it's been crazy past few months, you know, working a full schedule there at the shop, and then, you know, hopping in the car and hauling butt up here, and, you know, using the 2 days off to get as much done as I can, 15 hours a day, you know, for 2 days, and then haul butt back home and stuff. But it's a goal that's almost achieved, and I couldn't, it's a lot of work, but it's going to be worth it, and I'm very happy about it. And I can't thank you guys enough for all your support on the channel here, words of encouragement, the nice things that you guys say. Again, I wish I had time to answer all your comments and questions, which is another reason why I'm doing what I'm doing here, and to be more engaged with you guys. But I need to give a heartfelt thanks to all of our, you know, all of our customers, and, you know, friends and stuff that have made this possible. This is truly a lifelong dream for me, and I don't want to get emotional, but it's too early in the morning to get emotional. But it's a lifelong dream finally come true, and an opportunity for me to give back to so many special people like yourselves that helped to make this possible. So let's start the tour of what I've been working on the past couple of weekends, and then today I'm going to film video of adding a second story and for offices and all this other kind of stuff. We're going to make some stairs, we're going to put some walls up and all that. So if you guys leave good comments, I'll post more videos on the project and the move and everything else, and hopefully you'll share in my excitement. Let's roll it. Good morning, everybody. First, I want to thank all of you that have left comments and stuff, for all your encouraging words and everything else. It really means a lot, and also your excitement for what I've got going on here. It means the world to me. So let's start there and say thank you very much. So day 2 of the weekend marathon, right? It was a long day yesterday, but did get a lot done. 3/4 OSB sheeting is heavy. I think it's going to be heavier this morning than what it was yesterday morning. But anyway, so I thought I'd give you guys a bit of a tour here, a progressive thing, and give you an opportunity to see how my vision is coming together and my plans for what I'm doing here. So first off, my driveway is very long. It's about 1/4 of a mile long, and the main highway is there. And one of my principal thoughts in the design and layout of this building was to maintain the ability to come straight in, make a turn, and drive straight through the building for loading and unloading trailers. So the reason for all this stuff being pushed to the side is to try to maintain that. So that was an important aspect. So here I'm going to have a 2-post and a 4-post car lift, and that'll, of course, they'll slide over a little bit, but being able to get cars in and out easily from that door in a straight shot to the lift was important to me. So we're going to be able to maintain that. Now over here, we did get all this sheathed yesterday. Yes, the railings are crooked. I haven't braced them up yet. I just wanted to get them laid out. But my plan is to leave this side open, but maybe put a retracting gate in here, because so that I can get a forklift in here and lift up and be able to put pallets and heavy stuff up there. So I decided yesterday to add that wall and brace it up, just to give me a little more load-bearing capability on this end, because that's going to be receiving pallets. And so the way I'm organizing all of this area from the door to the right is going to be kind of the fabrication area. So all of my fab stands and lifts for the bikes are on wheels, so I could actually roll a bike in here and do all my welding, grinding, cutting, and all that. That was the other reason for this wall, is to try to keep the place clean. So I'll be hanging a welding curtain across here and one going that way. So when I'm doing cutting, grinding, welding, all that stuff, I can seal this area off and still be able to maintain a clean shop. So this area, of course, walkway out the door, and this entire area here will be the machine shop. So I'll probably have lathe, mill, boring bar, cylinder honing station, valve seat machine. All that's going to go along the wall there, and at lighting above it, of course. In this area in the front here, I'm going to run power down these two columns here and here, and I'll have 2 foot by 4 foot workbenches making a dog leg this way, and then in this area here in the middle is where the engine run stand will go, so everything will kind of be centrally located there. And now for the walls, I decided it's actually a lot less expensive than sheetrock, believe it or not, almost a fourth of the price. So starting here and all along the entire wall, all the way down in that wall there, will be corrugated galvalume. So it'll be all metal clad. It'll look cool as heck, but it'll also be fireproof, and I won't have to worry about grinding and sparks and all that stuff down there in the welding area. So this entire area will be either corrugated or like an R-panel type roof. So believe it or not, it's about $2,500 worth of sheetrock finishing and painting to do that, but I can get metal to do this whole area for about $550. And it'll and it's a lot easier to put up, no finishing or anything like that. So this room here is the mixing room for, you know, the paint side of things. So basically you'll walk in here, there'll be a workbench, pegboard, shelving, storage, paint guns, all that type of stuff. And for ventilation, I'll go ahead and cover that. This will be a door that you can walk into the paint booth. So I'm going to ventilate through the studs here all the way down with like a 14 by 24 filter that will be in the walls there. And then on this side, on the base of the wall, I'm going to build a box underneath the workbench, and there'll be filters all the way on the inside of the wall here going all the way out that wall, almost like a duct, if you will. So I'll have a bit of a cross draft. That was a nice tip from Andy and Tony to have a cross draft like that. So that duct will go all the way through, and then I'll have removable vents on this side as well, so that I can ventilate fumes from the mixing room. I think that's an important aspect of that. And this will be the electrical room. I do have to have a 3-phase converter. So the 3-phase converter will be there, electrical panel here. My duct and ducted fan will be going through the wall in here somewhere. And I'm also going to tuck my air compressor, probably tuck my air compressor right here. And another thing Tony mentioned is I need to have about 25 feet of air line to cool the air coming out of the air compressor. So probably what I'll do for paint booth air is actually using Dan Am's pipe system, basically make a manifold with drips like this to drip all the condensation out, but zigzag it or up and down so that I have enough line to cool the air before I take it through the wall into the paint booth. So that's what we're doing there. Now let's go upstairs and have a look. Yeah, and I did a door, so, you know, I'm probably going to be doing more car stuff too. I do like doing cars, and I thought about building a booth big enough to pull the whole car in, but truth is, when I don't have no intentions of doing any spot repairs on cars. And if I'm going to restore a car, I'm going to remove all the panels from it and paint the panels individually. So I just did a 6.0 door here, and so it'll be a French door, open, and then I can carry and wheel big parts in there. So yesterday, got all the railings in. Now this side is sagging a little bit, and the reason it is I left a gap in here so that I can get sheet material in it. Once I get the sheet material in there, then this will be bolted to the studs, and I'll actually jack this back up so that the stairs will be level. So anyway, they creak a little bit. Another thing on these, typically a railing needs to be around 32, 34 inches high. I cut this one a little bit short on purpose because if you imagine carrying things upstairs, and this being 34 inches wide, it can be hard to fit, if you're carrying totes or something like that, and you have to lift it up over the railing. So I did cut these railings a little short to make it easier to carry stuff up the stairs. And then I got this cantilever done here, and this is the mezzanine. So between this and this area I'm standing on here, that added about 1,000 square feet worth of storage. So that's fantastic. Now I did my edges a little different. One, you'll notice, well, we can go back down. I'll talk about this first. So that'll be just kind of a bit of a receiving area, I guess, couch, TV, whatever. Kitchenette on the back side. That little room there is a straight walk through with shower and toilet. What I'm going to try to get done today is get all the joists up here and then deck that, because that will be a second level, and that'll be my office and possibly a studio for the podcasts and things. I'm still debating on whether or not to step this up. I would have to go up about probably 12 feet because this is where all the bike lifts are going to go. Obviously, you need height for that. So I may end up adding a mezzanine over there, but you'd have to step up to about 12 feet to do that. So while I'm up here, I want to show you this. I do this stuff a little bit different than I've seen people do before. You'll notice the edging. You almost want to call it like a reveal molding, if you will, that I run along the perimeter. And I do this for really a couple of reasons. One, if you can imagine you have things stored up here and such, you're sliding things around or whatever. Yeah, you've got a railing, but if you drop something small and you run your plywood all the way to the edge, it can roll off. So by having this reveal right here, it can help keep things from rolling off the top. So now let's go back down and I'll show you the other reason I did that. I knew I was going to be running 8-foot sheet goods on this, like all the metal panels, sheetrock, and all that stuff. Everything in building is done in basically in 4 feet, 4-foot increments. So, with this being 8 feet here, now you're left with your rim joist all the way around exposed, and I didn't want to have to run, big extra sheets or get special cut sheets for that 8 foot there. So when you run that reveal, that board that's on the top, see, it leaves you with a nice finished edge all the way around, right? Instead, you would normally, what you would normally see is the edge of plywood, and then you'd have to go back and put a molding on it, and the plywood edges are not attractive. So by doing this reveal like that, it leaves you with a really nice, attractive edge there that you can come back and paint. So it works out good when you can take your 8-foot sheet goods, you tilt them up, you're left with that exposed, and you can paint it or whatever, and it just looks nice. So anyway, there we go. Little tour of what I got going on. Today, I'm going to try to get all these railings done, get them braced, and of course straight, because as you can see, you may not be able to see it, they got some tilt going on. So once I get the braces in, that'll be good there. And then over here, I'm going to get all the railings wrapped here around this side, basically get this entire side done so I can start moving stuff in here, putting shelving up and all that kind of stuff over there. This is going to be priority. And then next will be joists, decking over there. I've got to build the stairs, and that's probably going to fill up my day. So, guys, I hope you've had a wonderful weekend. Again, thank you so much for coming along with me on this journey. I'm having a blast doing it, and I'm really looking forward to it. Having guests and family and friends and all that stuff up here, and and honestly, just to have a cool shop where I can work. And I can't wait. Thanks for coming with the journey. Thanks for your encouragement, your kindness, everything else. And again, I want to give a big thanks to Chris Hicks and his boys and their friends for coming up last weekend to get me as far as they did, allowing me to get all this done this weekend. You know, that guy's just got a heart of gold, man. It's unbelievable. Drive all the way down here, you know, offer it. Drive all the way down here from Minnesota and then spend 2 days, turn around, drive back, and them guys down here working their butt off. It's a very special thing. So anyway, thanks everyone. I'll shoot an update later on tonight. Take care of yourselves. See you.